I lied.
I lied.
I am John Benson, and this again is Sales Copy Secrets. Welcome back, and this is video 1 in the series of 3 more videos tacked on to the other 6 videos on VSL. So if you can keep track of the numbers, you're better at maths than I am. So I kind of lied when I said there was only 6 videos in this series. There's going to be 10. However, I'm pretty damn good at getting you leads, and I'm going to show you a VSL script that takes about a minute to record. It's only 22 total slides. That's right, I counted them. That's how pedantic, and there's another word for that I probably can't use on YouTube. Starts with an A, ends in Al. Yeah, I'm good at this stuff. So I want you to pay attention because I'm going to show you some fun stuff to do with VSLs to capture leads. Now, leads, as you probably know, are prospects, and prospects coming in off Facebook, prospects coming in off YouTube, off Twitter, off anywhere you're running traffic, even on your Facebook page if you can afford to run traffic. This VSL script is super magical. It's worked amazingly well for most of the people that have tried it. I'm going to give it to you word for word. It's going to take 3 videos to cover it, even though it's only a minute long, because I want to break down the psychology that I'm using here so you're not just trapped inside of a video sales letter script. You can use this in emails. You can use this on your sales pages. You can use this in blog posts. You can use the psychology that I'm going to cover today in anything that you set out to do. So that's what I want to give you, more than you think that you're going to get. As a matter of fact, if I earn your like, I would appreciate it if you would smash that like button like a UFC fighter smashes the other UFC fighter. Smash it, and do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so that you can be informed when new videos drop, okay? Now for this script, I'm gonna do this in 3 videos, like I said, so this is video 1, and video 1 is by far the easiest, but it happens to contain a lot of juicy NLP, neuro-linguistic programming techniques that I'm gonna talk about. And I'm gonna talk about all of those, by the way, in much more detail in the upcoming Persuasion Mastery series, starting in a couple of days from now, so be aware of that. But I'm going to need to break this down so you can see the words, so I'm using a presentation format. Hope you don't mind. If you want to goal without pain and do it, promise, then watch this 1-minute video until the last 5 seconds. My name is Name, and I'm known as Authority Nickname. That's it. 4 slides today. That's all I'm asking you to write. And I'm actually going to give you a script that I've written around this. And I'm going to show you some tricks that I'm using. In fact, there's a mistake in this very script. I left it in there on purpose so I could tell you what to take out. Couldn't hardly do that if it wasn't in there, right? But I'm going to break this down and let you know exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, this is the first 4 slides of your lead capture VSL. Let's go back to the start. If you want to goal without pain, that is a technique called duality. That's what I call it, at least. Other people call it push-pull or pull-push. And that's a technique that you should be using all the time. Now that I mention it, I've mentioned it before in other videos. Now that I mention it again, you probably can never unsee it. Sorry about that. But hey, this will do you a lot of good. So what is duality? Duality is essentially talking to both sides of the brain. Now, I'm not literally speaking to the left and right hemispheres here. I did that backwards. Maybe I've been eating paint chips for a snack or something. I don't know. So metaphorically speaking, there's a side of your brain that says, I like fear. I love fear. This is basically what's called the id. Freud got a lot of things wrong. One of the things I think he got right was the id and the superego and the ego. The id is this back primitive brain that we have that's afraid of everything. And we need to speak to it because 75% of human motivation comes from that freaking id. It's running the show. It's running the subconscious mind. We're afraid of things, and a lot of things we act on are acted on out of either fear or the possibility of fear in the future. So this is very important. Now, the superego is like the prefrontal cortex, the more elevated part of your brain. And that usually is the part of your brain that can see the future in positive ways and that relates to positive goals. So if you speak to both, you capture the brain all in one simple sentence. If you want to pleasure without pain, because what I'm doing here is I'm starting off the video with a question that almost no one can say no to, that uses both negative and positive reinforcement. 3 things there. Me and my fingers, I tell you. 3 things that you want to do right off the bat. Ask an inquisitive question that will almost always render a yes. Talk to the negative, talk to the positive. You want to do those three things. I swear, I'm actually really coordinated. You want to do those three things right off the bat because you only have 6-7 seconds tops to grab somebody's attention in any VSL, but you only have a minute with this one total. So you really want to snag that attention. So if you want to goal, so whatever the goal is of your prospect that you're wanting to attract, and I'm going to use weight loss again as the teaching tutorial because I've written a lot in weight loss, as you probably know, and that is one of my areas of expertise. So if you want to lose weight without going to the gym, so if you want to go without pain and do it with a big promise and do it in less than 60 days and do it without restricting anything that you eat. Now we've got somebody's attention and look at the next slide. Then I want you to watch this 1-minute video until the last 5 seconds or the last 7 seconds or the last 9 seconds. Doesn't matter what number you put there as long as the number you put there is right about where you're going to ask for a call to action. But what am I doing psychologically here? Super important. Watch this 1-minute video. You can get even really more specific. You can say, watch this 63-second video. I've done that many times. That's even better. But 1 minute's easy because you might be under, might be over, but 63 seconds, 57-second video until the last 5 seconds. What on earth is the last 5 seconds? What have I done? I have opened a massive loop. Opening a loop means I'm starting a conversational thread or I'm starting an idea, but I'm not completing it. They have no idea what's coming here. It's an open loop and they're going to watch until the last 5 seconds if they're remotely interested and they've said yes to any of the things that you just listed, whatever the goal is, without whatever the pain is, and do it as a promise. If they said yes to any of those three things, they're going to watch this video until those last 5, 7, 9 seconds, whatever you happen to state there. Now, here's the last part of this, and that's all we're going to do today. And I'm going to show you a completed script after this so you can get a really good feel for this and you can use my script as a guideline. My name is not too difficult there, right? And I'm known as authority nickname. What the hell is an authority nickname? It's just a little phrase that you're going to give yourself. Now, I was fortunate and I had other people give me a couple of phrases. The godfather of the video sales letter is actually my actual real God-given, not God-given maybe, but human-given, fan-given authority nickname. So I just took it and ran with it. That's great. I am the godfather of the VSL. I created it, so why not use that? But you don't have to create something or be somewhat famous in this industry or any industry to have yourself an authority nickname. I'm known as the financial breakthrough expert. I'm known as the marriage and family rescuer. I'm known as the marriage rescuer. That's not bad. I'm just coming up with this stuff off the top of my head. There's no script in front of me except the one you see on the screen. So you can do this. Just give yourself a nickname. Try not to be too lame with it and make it real. But once you do that, you stand out in the mind of your prospect, and that's going to give you more credence, more reasons for them to stick around and watch what happens next. Here's the completed script, again, in the weight loss niche. I'm not talking marketing or copywriting here. I'm talking weight loss. So my godfather of the VSL clearly doesn't work. So I had to create a new one that no one has ever given me. So I created it for this opt-in VSL. Right. If you want to lose weight without counting calories or even thinking about exercise. Now, notice what I did here. I actually did 2 negatives. Remember, we did a bad, a without, okay? And we did a big goal. So a goal and a without. So here's my goal. If you want to lose weight without counting calories or even thinking about exercise. So I did 2. Did I break the rules? Nah, you can do 2. That's really good. Then I add another one on top of it and do it while eating the food you're currently enjoying. So I used a massive big promise that was very positive, right? And do it while eating the foods you are currently enjoying. I would like you to look at that sentence a little more carefully. And here's how I want you to think when you're writing these goals and promises. Notice what I did. I was talking about foods that somebody is currently enjoying. In other words, they could be eating at the very moment they're watching this VSL. And they're going, wait, I'm eating a burger. I'm eating a pizza. I'm currently enjoying this slice of pizza. Is he saying I can lose weight while enjoying this slice of pizza? What am I doing? I'm putting them into the now. I am taking them out of some future perspective that they can't really see and imagine yet because it's too short of a script. And I'm putting them right into the now while eating the foods you're currently enjoying. Now, obviously, I'm using the word currently to mean in their day-to-day life. But if they happen to be eating right now, that's awesome. But that's what they're going to hear it as, is what they're eating in their day-to-day life. And that is actually what I do teach. You don't have to give up your favorite foods to do this. Then watch this 1-minute video. I would say something like watch this 63-second video. I would time it to the second, but 1 minute will work until the last 7 seconds. That's where my call to action is in this video. My name is John Benson, and I'm known as the Fat Burning Guru. That's what I gave myself. It's not the greatest nickname, and I did this on purpose. Fat Burning Guru, I mean, it's okay, but that's how easy it is to create an authority nickname. So I'm known as the Fat Burning. Well, I am known. I just labeled myself the Fat Burning Guru, had my girlfriend repeat it back to me, and presto, I'm known as the Fat Burning Guru. This is not hard to do, but I wanted to show you how easy it is. Now, did you notice the mistake? You probably didn't, because it's so minor. So I'm going to go back. I want you to look at these and look at the end of those last 2 sentences. They end with a period. Am I saying that ending sentences in a video sales letter with a period, and notice how I didn't do it here? Now, I ended them with ellipses, so that's very good to do. Am I saying that's going to wreck your conversions? No, not at all. Now VSL, for example, which you can get below if you want to. Now VSL ends a lot of the slides with periods. We just found that with these 1-minute VSLs, if you take out anything at the end that lends itself to be the end of final sentence kind of thing, it really helps move it along a little bit. That's not necessarily true for longer VSLs, but for these 1-minute VSLs, that's what I have found. I remove all the periods, and the only thing at the end of a sentence is just ... or nothing. Now, let's look at one more thing before this video comes to a close. These scripts are using the word you. That is not going to be compliant with Facebook and possibly some other advertising formats. It's perfectly fine on YouTube. It's not right now with Facebook. So if you want to make this completely compliant, take out all the personal pronouns. So here's how you might want to read this sentence with no personal pronouns. If losing weight without counting calories or even thinking about exercise sounds good, and doing it while eating foods we all enjoy, then watch this 1-minute video until the end. That's all I changed. Now, it's not too difficult to change this, right? You just got to think through it. Like, how do I take out the pronouns and make it, work? The words we, our, other, inclusive pronouns work great here. This is where you will get by. You will slide right by the compliance threshold. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so you got to always check this out with your compliance guys and girls and your team and all that stuff. So disclaimer has been said, but we have found that that usually gets us by any sort of compliance issues. So that's all I did to change it to make it 100% Facebook compliant. Okay, that is the end of part 1. Only 4 slides for you to create of your 1-minute lead capture video sales letter formula. You now know how to create a lead capture intro that gathers attention, that locks in that attention. Remember, our goal is to secure attention throughout the entire process. You now know the importance of lead capture VSLs and why you need to give a question that they will answer yes to, but also touch on both the negative and positive sides of what they're dealing with. You've seen how to use duality, and now you know exactly what duality is. You can spot it everywhere. In fact, it's going to leap out at you, and you probably will start using it in almost everything you write. And you've seen how we can use open loops to really lock in the attention. And listen, if you want more in-depth training on this, I call it the Now method. It's a really cool method to create short video sales letters. We do free training on Facebook. Either myself or one of my coaches teaches the classes. We do them infrequently. If you want in on the next class, they are free to attend. Go to johnbenson.com/now or look below. You will see the link in the description. We'd love to have you. Now, the next video in this series is going to dive into some really juicy stuff. I'm going to leave it at that, but I'll put it this way. In over 9 slides, you're going to convey more information to people than most people get conveyed to in an entire sales letter. How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to compress the information stream. I'm going to teach you how to do that in the next video. I want you to be on the lookout for it. And until then, I am John Benson, and I want you to be unignorable.